Hey guys, the dog didn't want me in my own studio again, so I had to set up shop in a little corner. Thanks for waiting. I'm a few minutes late because I was getting everything set up. I see somebody already made a comment. Live Life said, good old family values, poster child. I kind of skimmed through your comment just now and I didn't see that you said Hobart. Hobart strikes again. She has swallowed more life, oh Jesus, than she has supported impoverished children with a bill. Jesus, Jesus. We was gonna try to keep it clean because I want to leave this video up, but you did a good job covering up everything that you're trying to say, and we got the idea of what you're saying. So before we get into it, there's so much to talk about. I was like sick on the couch all morning. For those of you who don't know, I have intestinal issues. And I hurt my own self sometimes by eating what I'm not supposed to eat. And don't think it's bad food like cake and ice cream and fun things. I would actually be good. If I could eat just junk, my stomach wouldn't backfire on me. But because I'm trying to eat healthy, whole grains and vegetables and fruit, and sometimes you can't mix this vegetable with this fruit because, it'll get putrid and oh my God. Anyways, I feel better now. Let's not go back into the past. So, 12 people in the chat. Can somebody drop me a one if you can hear me? God, I should have checked to see the microphone wasn't. Let me see. Oh, okay. It's not muted. Somebody drop me a one so we could get this little conversation started. And honestly, guys, I really want to take these kind of conversations over to my second channel. It's not a backup channel. A lot of YouTubers have a backup channel for when their first channel gets flagged or whatever go down. That's a whole separate channel that I was putting reviews at. Then I was putting vlogs. Then I went back to reviews. Then I started to do a little podcast, and I don't have the time to sit down and talk like this and then edit it and then upload it. And that's how the podcasts get into that category, right? So I was figuring maybe I could just go live over there with these type of topics. But I'll ask my peeps. Hi, Joy. Nice to see you in here, my darling. How are you, beautiful lady? Hi, JC. Thank you for the one. Let me text a few people. I want to talk something. Let's see. YouTube doesn't send out. Hi, Danny Love. How are you? How are you guys doing? Let me go find this video. Where in the heck is this video? It's not showing up on my phone, guys. Am I at my regular page with this video? Yeah, I'm here. Turn it down, turn it down. Let me copy the link. I don't have a text notification squad like Tanya TKO, but I'm my own text notification squad. So how is everybody doing this Sunday? Send this to... And I'm tired of sending this stuff to people who don't tell me they're in the room, My cousins and my family. Let me know when you're in the room. Hi, Miss Lucky. I was just going to text you. My God. I was just going to text you to let you know that I was like, where's Diane? Want Diane to come first? Do I have Diane phone number in my... I think I have Diane phone number in my phone. Diane Dancing Leaf? I sure do. I hope that's the correct number because remember when my phone messed up? Let's text Diane. And who else did we not text? I think Carla busy, but we're going to text Carla. Carla is having a busy weekend. Miss Lucky, scroll up to above what Live Life said. You're going to die. Live Life, are you still with me? Did you leave? Oh my God. Who else? Sarita. Sarita, come on this thing. See, these are all people that won't talk in the chat. But Sarita talks in the chat now and again. All right, so let's go to the haters are going to hate. Let me try to share my screen. You guys know that I kind of suck at going live. I need a class on going live. Honestly, if one of these creators, like when the Not comes here again, I'm going to pin him down so he can teach me all the ins and out of going live. Because I go live all the time through StreamYard. But honestly, I just click things and hope it works. That's how I do it, right? So you can have it there. Okay, let's get into that. Let's get into that. I'm going to share the screen. And what do I want to share? I want to share my entire screen. I think that's what I want to do. Crap. Do I just want to share a window? Okay, we're going to try my entire screen. What can't you see, babe? I pick entire screen, but it's not going. I guess I can't share my entire screen. Come on. A window? Uh, well, I'm going to have to show you on my phone. What can't you see? Miss Lucky, what can't you see? Crap, did I send it? Okay, here. Oh, the comment? I don't think it was removed. Let me try to put it on the screen. Okay, read it right there while I open this thing. And did you read it? Joy, this is somebody that's in Facebook, in some Facebook group. So let me give you guys the background. So there is a Facebook group that's called Belize People Around the World, and we've heard rumors that we're not supposed to join that group, even though it says Belize People Around the World, because it's an African that owns that group, and it's one of these scamming Africans, not a regular one. And they're like gathering people information and doing shady things. Allegedly, I don't know if it's true. That's what we've been warned, and so I stay away from it. I don't join groups anyway on Facebook. I have to really know that content creator and like them to go join their groups. I don't like to join groups. I'm in a group right now getting trained by my mentor, and sometimes it is overwhelming in that group because you know how groups are. Okay, so let me take his thing off of the page. All right. So this person named Maritza Duran says, living in Ohio and still making my Johnny cake. I have attached a recipe for whoever wants to try and make them at home. So her recipe says 3 cups of flour. I do 2 cups of flour when I do my recipe. Just keep in mind, people do different amounts. It says half a teaspoon of salt. I don't put any salt in my Johnny cake because I use salted butter. But if I'm not using a salted butter, then yeah, put some salt. It says 2 teaspoons of baking powder. I think mine is a little bit more baking powder for less flour, so mine really swells up. Theirs are going to be flat. That's okay. Some people like it flatter. Did you guys hear the thing? You hear the doorbell? And Cora's right behind me, like, who the hell's that? Okay, she says 3 tablespoons of sugar optional. Keep that. Remember that, okay? 3 tablespoons of sugar optional. A quarter cup to or 5.5 tablespoons of shortening. I don't use shortening. I use butter. You know, you figure the amount you want to use. The more fat you put in, the more crispier the cake is going to come out. The less fat is going to be more of a softer type of, not a brittle type of cake, okay? And bake at 350 for 20 minutes. You bake it longer than that. 20 minutes is a lie. You got to bake at 350 for at least 40 minutes when it comes to Johnny cake, 40 to 45 minutes. So whatever she's making, I don't know. So let's address the sugar. Nobody, absolutely nobody. I wish that my godmother could come on this thing to verify for me. No one, absolutely no Belizean out of the 400,000 Belizean that live in Belize was putting sugar in their Johnny cakes. It's just not made with sugar. When I told my mom's aunt, which is my grandaunt, that I hated Johnny cake, thank you. I got a rose. Why me? Oh, thank you, baby. Thank you. She always does this, brings me flowers. So when I told my auntie that I didn't like Johnny cake, she figured there was a lot of triggers for me with the Johnny cake because I was the one that had to go buy it every week. Like my aunt couldn't make it. My grandmother wanted it from this one lady by East Canal. The canal smells stink of poop, right? Because you know in Belize that's what they threw in the canal back in them days. And that smell plus the Johnny cake, and it just I couldn't cope. And I started to hate Johnny cakes. It's like when we started to throw that perfume and fragrance, and we had that rat in here dead and couldn't find it, and it was in that back bathroom somewhere, and Joe opened the thing and throw a bunch of fragrance in there, like I think it was Curve cologne or something. I know we can't smell that. None of us can smell that without smelling the rat. The rat's back, right? It's like that. It's like a Pavlov's dog type thing. So my aunt says, put some sugar in it. She says sugar helps everything along. So that's what me and Joe started to do. And it's not sweet. It doesn't make it sweet because we put very little. She put a lot of sugar in that. I'm the one that started putting sugar. And the reason that I take issue with her is because I got dragged for it all over the internet streets before. And I got dragged when I went to Belize. I got insulted on live TV when the man said that's not authentic. All right. So look what she. So she put out her Johnny cake. They don't look bad. They could be a little bit more brown, but she underbaked it, right? So her Johnny cakes look a lot like how my dough comes out. Props to her. Whoop de doo. That's your recipe, girl. That is until my sister went in there. My sister posted. My sister asked to join the group, even though she knows she's at risk for getting her information taken. And she asked to join the group just to go put my book in there because you guys know I have that Belizean cookbook. You know that book selling good on Amazon, right? Praise God for the people who are supporting me. I really appreciate you. Now, if you could just go back and give me a 5-star review, that'd be lovely. I know it's kind of a pain in the butt to go back and write a review, but just write anything that you would tell me. Anything that you would tell me that's positive about the book, write that, okay? So my sister put the book. So this girl come and say, she clicked on my sister name. My sister wasn't talking to her, and I just put the book. It says, I'm not a fan of some of her recipes. Some aren't very authentic. What? And yours is authentic? You putting in sugar in the Johnny cakes? I don't even think people put fat in Johnny cakes because they use the coconut milk as the fat. So she got shortening up in there. I'm like, what? My sister put, that's my sister, bitch better recognize. And they are very much authentic, old school. So my sister, she want text me right when I'm eating my lunch, when I have to like focus. I have to focus when I'm eating. That's why I stopped doing the mukbangs, because I have to focus in my brain when I'm eating so that I don't get intestinal and stomach issues, right? And my sister is going back and forth with her, but I don't know if she went back and forth. She said she was, because that's just a screenshot that I have here. I'm not going to go looking at, I don't look at other Belizean people's stuff. I just don't. I'm going to be like B Love's husband when he says, I don't look at YouTubers. Well, I don't look at other, let me take it back. I look at other Belizean when they're doing not cooking. If they're doing anything else but cooking, I look. I'm tired of cooking. Joy is in here from Unwind with Teddy. Joy can tell you, I'm in all the other beefs and stuff, watching beefs in YouTube because I like watching beefs. Okay. So I show you this to show you guys that it's your own people. She's probably a Belizean, probably from out of the district, probably not from the city or whatever. And even if she was from the city, they still hate on me. And it's not all Belizeans. So please believe me when I'm telling you, it's never all, it's always some. But that's how they come for me. If I go there and I go get interviewed on live TV, they talk about the dukuno, how I don't grate the corn off of the cob. Like the corn that's in the can is not the same corn, right? They just kind of flash freeze that thing quickly, put it in the can, put it in a little bit of its own juices or whatever. And that's what we blend up, and we put cornmeal in it to thicken it because we didn't grate it off. Who want to grate corn off of the cob? Not me. And even if I had the corn and I cut it off the cob and I put it in the blender, I would still have to put some liquid, right? So I'd put the coconut milk to blend. They would still find fault with that because these Belizeans would rather that I go back in the backyard, make a fire heart, and start cooking everything on the fire heart and go blind. That's what they'd rather for me. That's what sent a lot of the old Belizean blind, fire heart cooking. I'm like, You see, when I'm doing my live event, somebody will come in and go, what are we cooking today? Do you ever see me do live and cook? I very seldom do that because cooking is for videos. Live is for us to talk, okay? So anyways, let's move on. Joy, did you see who messing with me, Joy? Somebody in a group that you're not going to go join because they will get your private information. You already know how doxing is like, right? Leave that thing alone. We're just going to talk about it back here. So then let's move on to Lauren Hobart. I didn't know that that's what the lady named. All right. So, I don't pay attention to these Republicans because they trifling. But I kind of knew she was one of them because I saw her in a video before where she said that she prayed for her president, which is Obama. And she started to recite a little piece of the 109th Psalm. If you don't have any connection to the 109th Psalm, go read it one of these days. But keep in mind the context, all right? David wrote that psalm because he was attacked without cause. And that's why he was able to write those type of things onto the Lord and have those words come to pass immediately. All right. These white people better recognize that some of these scriptures are not meant for them. It's meant for us and our ancestors. And you F around with that prayer, Miss Hobart, and you're gonna F around and find out. That prayer is nothing to mess with. And you can say those words and mean it with your whole heart, but somebody had to have really done something to you in order for that to take effect. If not, it's going to come back upon you. All right? That's how that thing works. Don't forget that I'm Belizean. And some of our families are steeped in these things. All right. Hey, Donut, darling, how you doing? Oh my God, why did I miss the Beyonce thing? You know, that's the only thing that I believe from Jag. I believe she 49. And I was watching it, my whole computer crashed. I think Shulamanade is doing it. So I have to go back and watch the video again. I just bumped it up to come on. Hey, don't be calling my friend Nona. That's my boy right there. Every time Donut is going off on somebody and I'm watching him in the bed, Joe goes, "What is who's my boy fighting with again?" Donut, I'm going to the YouTube studios tomorrow. Stand by. I'm going to tell you what all I learned. They're rolling out a bunch of new things, and we're going to be first to know what's coming out. And I guess we're going to be making some content over there. Pray for me because you guys know I don't know how to make content with my phone. I suck. It's got this phone too small. I need like a big iPod type of phone. And yeah, we're going there for like 4.5 hours tomorrow. They're probably going to tape a TV show. Well, not a TV show, a YouTube TV show to put out. And we're probably going to be the studio audience. And they usually have good food. I hope I don't talk too quickly, but they usually have some awesome food. And they always have liquor. How the heck they going to give you liquor in the middle of the day like that? Child. Oh, you love Donut? Okay, because we're going to fight about Donut. All right. So, anyways, that heifer was talking that prayer over Biden. And like I said, these white folks better leave these prayers alone because they don't know what it's going to come back and do to them. Because just like how she said, let another take his office and let his days be few, I could come back and speak a word over her and say, let it come up into her bowels like water and let her children be fatherless and beg like vagabonds in the street. I know the entire psalm. How I know it? Because I use it. Girl, you're at another Zeus event? Have fun, have fun. Take a lot of pictures. Have fun, do not have fun. You have a new picture up there? I think you changed your thumbnail, right? All right. So when the news broke about this heifer, I'm like, okay, she must have done something else rather than just be loud and obnoxious to get kicked out of the theater, which I know the theater is more of a highfalutin type of crowd that goes to the theater, right? You got to sit quiet and pretty and, can't be singing with the people, can't be dancing, shouting, and acting a whole fool like you in some black church, right? So I said, she must have done something else. So then they said she was vaping, and I go, oh, I would have beat her. If she sat in front of me and started to vape, they would have kicked me out because I would have beat her. Don't vape in front of me. Don't smoke in front of me. I don't even stay friends with smokers. I don't. I can't stand. If I get secondhand weed smoke, it'll go right into my system because I have that deficiency where I'm missing that one enzyme, and it will affect me so bad that it will start shutting down my whole nervous system. I start to shake like I have Parkinson. I don't know why I start to get dizzy. My eyes get cloudy, and pretty soon until I get out of that atmosphere and the air hits me, then I know what the hell happened. I'm just telling you. It's 109 Psalm, Psalm. The Psalm from the book of Psalms is 109. It's a really, really, that Psalm is deep. But David wrote that when somebody really hurt him. Biden didn't do nothing to hurt this lady. Even if you don't like Biden, what did Biden do to hurt her? And she's Miss Family Values. They're the people that want to force you to have your baby, even if your baby coming out with just an eye. The whole baby missing, just an eye is going to be born, but they're going to force you to give birth to that baby, and they don't make it cheap either for you to give birth. Family Values. So the video came out to where she was in the theater, not just vaping in front of a pregnant woman, no less. And the woman asked her to stop vaping. She was in there going to town with her man. We don't know if it's her boyfriend. We're going to say it's her male companion because people are saying it's her male escort. I don't know that to be true, allegedly. And she had on like a little strappy dress, and he was feeling up her boobs, and it almost popped out a couple of times, right? Go to TikTok. TikTok has the video. Child, she was in between his crotch, first one hand, then two hand. Now you know that white man was not that big. We stop. See, this is the stuff we need to take to the next channel. You guys go follow go subscribe to the next page. Miss Lucky, can you drop the link for Bear Pantry Talk, the one that I monetized, Bear Pantry Talk? And I want everybody that's in this room, please go subscribe to that channel if you're not subscribed and turn on the bell, because honestly, the next live that I do that's kind of like this, we're gonna do it there. If nobody shows up, we're still good. If one or two shows up, we're gonna have to start building it there so people can come, because I don't want to leave this kind of stuff over here on this page. So, anyways, I laughed so hard because I was gonna ask my sister to check TikTok because she's a TikTok genius. I can't find nothing on TikTok, but I was gonna ask her to check TikTok to see if she could find that video, because on the news the guy said we can't show you what she was doing in the theater, but there's a new video and you guys should go look it up on the internet. So I don't like to look up stuff like that on the internet because then all kind of nasty stuff start coming in my feed. So I forgot to tell my sister to look it up for me. And what do you know? My sister sent me the video. I was like, oh my God. So I told Joshua about it, but I didn't show him the video because I had my phone out in the living room when I went to his room. And so I guess it popped up in his feed. You know, the phone listened to you, right? And Joshua woke up the next morning and go, Mommy, they needed a room. What the hell? She's supposed to be family. See, I don't like hypocrites. If that's the way you are and you're not touting family values, me and you could get along. We could get along fine. But don't tout family values to me and then do the opposite, because I'm gonna call you out on it each and every time. And that kind of crap she was doing in there. Why did Pee Wee Herman get in trouble? My sister asked me that. I go, well, he was pleasuring himself. And she goes, they were pleasuring each other. Is it any different? Okay, so let's talk about poor Drew Barrymore. I like Drew Barrymore. So Drew Barrymore has a talk show on TV, in case you guys don't know. I think she's in her second or third season. I've watched the show a couple of times. I like Drew, but her show is kind of boring. Let's be honest. And she's going back to her show. Is her show live? I think her show is live, right? Like the way Sherry Shepherd's show is live. So she's going back to her show. Sherry Shepherd's show starts tomorrow too, season 2. Now, I don't know why Sherry is going back and not getting any backlash versus Drew that's getting a lot of backlash. And this is something that I don't want to ask my friend Sherry because it might be a touchy topic, but I don't know what is the difference. Sherry's show is live, Drew's show is live, right? And they both have a monologue that they do. I'm sure Sherry has a part in writing her own monologue because she's a brilliant comic. They both interview people, and they're not going to be able to interview stars because the stars are on strike. The actors are on strike. The writers are on strike. The automakers are, everybody on strike. I need to go on strike. Maybe if I go on strike, my YouTube channel will blow up. Thank you, Joy, my darling. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I've been in touch with Teddy behind the scenes. Sometimes I don't write in the chat, but I've been in touch with Teddy behind the scenes, and I'm praying for Teddy's strength. She's a strong lady, but I'm praying for her strength with what she's going through right now. So, anyways, Drew got a lot of backlash, and they're like they want to drag off that girl's skin. It's like, why? And they said, how dare you do this when everybody's on strike and you're going to go back and blah, blah, blah. Because when you have an alliance with somebody and they break that, a pact, let's put a pact better. Right. Like when me, my sister, my two brothers had a pact, and one of the brothers broke the pact, and that made our point that we were trying to make null and void. So if all of them are on strike, but these people are working, how does that go? Right? So Drew got dragged. She cried on TV with no makeup on. Girl, no. She finally came back and announced that she will not be going back to her show until the strike is over, I guess. Poor Drew. Okay, see, do not said that. Do not. Okay, so why do you think Sherry Shepherd's not getting backlash? And keep in mind, Sherry is my friend, and I'll fight somebody for Sherry. Why do you think Sherry is not getting backlash? Why is her show different than Bill Maher and Drew Barrymore? Drew Barrymore said she's not going back, I guess, because of all the attacks she got. Bill Maher, I've started to dislike Bill Maher for some time now. I used to like Bill Maher. I even went to one of his shows. I wouldn't suggest that you go to a Bill Maher show, honestly, because, okay, you get out there early and they leave you outside to sit down in the cold or the heat, depending on when you go. and they run a whole goddamn video for 15 minutes about what his show is about, and it's just like clips of all the old shows and behind the scenes, and I'm not interested in that. I would have rather just talk to the people that was in line with me rather than watch some history thing about his show. Then you get inside and you really have to fight to get to the front seat. I think they put us behind the camera. We don't ever get put behind no damn camera when we go to these shows. When me and Joe go to these shows, we are dressed for the part. We go with excitement. We look good. We have energy, and we always get put in the front row. We used to be staples at, what's that guy called? The one that does Survivor? What's that guy called again? Jeff Probst. We used to go to the Jeff Probst show, and we were stars there. They would pick on us to answer questions because they knew we would not say crap out of turn. We were almost like paid extras without getting paid, me and Joe. So, anyways, you get in there, you sit down, and they tell you you cannot boo nobody. I'm like, well, I might as well just stay home and watch this on my TV so I could boo these fools at home. You know, I didn't like his show. Hi, Killa, Killa, how you doing? Oh, oh, her show coming back tomorrow. Her show coming. Killa, Killa, when you come to town, we're gonna have to meet up and do a mukbang with Donat. Donat's in the chat. Donat's always trying to reach out to you. Okay, so Sherry is not a member of the Screen Actors Guild then, Hazel? Is that what you're saying? I'm asking. And keep in mind, I haven't asked Sherry none of this. I don't talk business with Sherry ever. Honestly, I don't. We talk about our dogs, what medication we're giving our dogs to give them long life. We talk about food. We talk about Jeffrey. We talk about the kids, my family, her family, how she's feeling. We talk about that kind of stuff. We don't talk about business. So I don't want to start asking her about business now. You know what I mean? Joshua thinks because Sherry is not as big as Drew Barrymore or as Bill Maher. Is that what you guys think? Because I think Sherry is big, but Joshua says no, compared to them two, she wouldn't be considered. And if you do a keyword search, nobody's really looking for Sherry Shepherd's name. They're looking for the Sherry Show, but not Sherry Shepherd's name. Donat said Sherry is a member of SAG-AFTRA. So do you think we're going to see the same? Joshua, Donat says that Sherry's messing up the strike. Joshua, which one of the strikes are you against? Writers. The writers. Joshua's against the writer's strike because he says Chat GPT can write better than them and they write just garbage. And I'm writing my own stories, just in case you guys don't know, over at Babs Bear Talk, that channel's not monetized. And I wanted to talk with my inner circle to my mods. I'm going to have a discussion with my mods later. I might do a secret live and ask my mods if they think I should keep putting those story times over at that channel, because that channel's not monetized. It's not going to be monetized any day soon because it has very little views. And maybe I should move it to Bear Pantry Talk and put that under the podcast heading, right? Put it on the podcast heading and do the live events. So do the podcast with those story times and then do the live events for that channel. I don't know. Think about it, my mods. You know, I go to you guys for what I should do. Those story times, I have 3 of them. I'm the one writing those stories. All right. The stories are based loosely on things that may have happened to me or on different friends or family that I know. I've changed the names and the places. And even if they had 5 kids, I might say they had 1 kid. If they had 1 kid, I might say they had 7 kids. I change all like basic information to make it not known who it is so I don't get sued. But honestly, I've elaborated some of the stories too, but not too much elaboration, right? Not too much elaboration, just to change it a little bit, because my family that watches from the bushes, they act like they don't watch me. They hate me. They'll give me a bad review of everything that I do, but they'll come back and still watch again to see if you're talking about them. So this is very cathartic for me because I'm writing stuff that I know and I've been reading them. And what I did with the last video, Jada told me to do some random activity when I'm reading the story. So the viewer will have 2 experiences. They'll be listening to the story in one experience, and in the next experience, they'll be watching what the hell I'm doing in the video. So in this one video yesterday, I happened to be making a chocolate cake, but one of the next one, I'm going to be ironing clothes. Another one, I'm going to be doing the dishes. I might ask my friend Lisa to crochet something and tape herself doing it at different intervals and just show her hand doing the crochet and We're just going to be doing activity. That way, the viewer might want to rewind the video and watch it again. All right. Credit that, but federal court ruled that AI cannot write a script. Chat GPT can write the script, but a human needs to doctor it. I get it. I get it. You know how Joshua is very opinionated, and Joshua can't stand the writers because he doesn't like M Night. I don't know that man's last name because Joshua says it wrong, and that's how I learned it. M Night Shamalama Ding Dong. That's what he calls him. Can't stand him. They're just writers he can't stand, and so he says the writers are writing crap and don't deserve to get paid, and he doesn't care if they're on strike or if they ever eat again. The actors, he feels differently. The auto workers will feel differently, right? So that's just Joshua's opinion. That's why he's not in the live with me. Hi, Diane, my darling. How are you doing down there in Belize? It got a little bit cool for us. It went down a few degrees. I'm very excited to be going into LA tomorrow to go to the YouTube studios. I've been looking forward to getting confirmed because sometimes they don't confirm you that you can go in person. I've been going to a meeting once a week for YouTube, but it's always virtual. And I sit up right here. See this camera? I sit right here. I turn my back this way, and then I'm at this computer, and this is where I do my Zoom meetings or my Google Meets or whatever. And then my mentor that I'm paying to train me, he has a meeting once a week too. One of his meetings was at 2:30 in the morning because he's in Australia. That's the Europe friendly meeting. I couldn't make it. I stayed up till 2 and then I fell asleep. Then I woke up at 3 and I could still go in the meeting with the camera turned off. But honestly, I would have fallen back asleep. So I didn't go in the meeting. But he did have another meeting for us here in this side of the world. And it was awesome because it was only like 8 of us in the meeting and he was able to answer our questions at great length. And he told me a bunch of things to do with my videos right away that I started to do. So we'll see. Today is hot, Diane. You guys ready for the celebration? You guys saw that I didn't go to the celebration that my friend invited me to. Um, there was a lot of reasons why I didn't go, and I didn't want to talk about it publicly because I want you guys to go and support my friend. It's not no kind of beef with me and him. It's just, Joe was dealing with a bunch of health issues, and then I decided that I'm not going to go there. Let me shut up. This is because this is a kitchen table conversation because I'm gonna bash my Belizeans again and I'm gonna get canceled. Okay, so and I knew that a few of you wanted to come and meet me, but we'll set up another meeting place. If you guys don't mind driving to Fontana or a place near Fontana, maybe we can go rent a meeting room at one of the community centers, and we can take food because we're not selling the food. You know, take food and eat a little bit of finger sandwiches and some wings or something, and just meet up and have a good time. We'll see. We'll see. So yeah, we have a bunch of tests coming up in October. I hate this time of the year so much. When you're young and vibrant and don't have to take a lot of old people tests, just enjoy your life. Enjoy your life. Don't let nothing get to you. Don't let nobody stress you out and get you upset and all that stuff. Because when you get to be 50 and above, Jesus Christ, every minute you have to go take this test once every 2 years. It feels like it's every year when it's once every 2 years. You have to go take this other test and this other test. And I hate taking these tests. They always come out good, praise God. So I'm not going to speak any negativity, but I hate taking them. I hate waiting on the results. You know what I mean? So yeah, we're gonna see what happened when Sherry Show go back tomorrow. She said she going back. She put out all these videos. Said she going back. Mm-mm-mm. So okay, Tyler Perry. Let's talk about Tyler Perry. He's being dragged up and down these streets also, and I think he said something about women are like what I don't know what the hell he said. Like women need to like suck it up and accept the man for where he's at. Like if the man is still working on himself and you get with him and he can only pay the light bill, then that's all he can help you pay. And then you should like be happy with that and try to help the man grow. And everybody dragging Tyler Perry up and down these YouTube streets. And I come from a different standpoint. I think I kind of ride with Tyler on this one, even though I don't like it. I used to like his plays, but I don't like them anymore because they're he has a template. It's like Lifetime movie. He has a template, that he follows, and you can see it coming from a mile away. And I suppose there's a market for that. And his movies are kind of the same way. And his villains are too villainous. His good people are too goody two shoes. And there's no gray area in the middle where you can really, ride behind a character. I don't like John Schneider's character in that one show, The Have and the Have Not. And I used to like John Schneider. I can't stand his character in that show. He's overtly racist and nasty and mean and cruel. And I'm like, it's too overdone. But I'm kind of riding with Tyler on this one, right? Tyler didn't lie. Because, like, for instance, I have my handsome son in there of prime age, and he still lives here with us. And that doesn't mean he's less than anybody else. He's not living here with us because of him. He's living here with us because of us. You know what I mean? He's a big help to the household with Joe getting Social Security and me still trying to make my way in YouTube. So don't judge a man and what he can offer you because, bitch, you should be paying your own bills. Why the minute a woman get with a man because she give up some, you know what? Shit, we need to go to the next page. We can talk anything we want to talk on that next page, even though it's monetized. I just try to keep the cooking page clean. And oh, right away he has to pay a bill. And even though I love Jovi Beauty, she was saying, I don't want no man to pay no $20 light bill. Girl, you pay a $20 light bill because you live in an apartment. We pay $500-$600 light bills over here in Fontana. They haven't stopped. I owe one right now for 566. That one was past due August the 31st. If y'all must know my business, today is what? September 17th already. I'm gonna wait till I get paid from YouTube on the 21st, and I'm gonna pay that light bill then 20 something days late. They don't never come and cut it off. They will cut it off after 30 days late. All right. If you pay something forward in your bill, let's say it's your light bill, your gas bill, your cell phone bill, and they take money upfront for services or something they call it. Like for the cell phone, they take like $15 to $20 now for the prior month. So because they take that money now for the prior month, they can't shut you off when the due date comes and go. They have to give you net 30. All right. So if you're having trouble with your bill, test it out. They ain't gonna cut you off. So the light company will not shut me off. And I'm not gonna call and ask them for an extension because then you're gonna get somebody named Mrs. So and so. That's how they call themselves over here. Mrs. So and so, Miss so and so, Mr. So and so. And they're gonna be rude about it and go, oh, you pay it late every month. You can't be doing that. I've been doing it for 2 years. It is what it is. It still gets paid in full. They just have to wait till I get paid my next YouTube check. That's how that rolls. Okay. So we be paying $500, $600, $700 light bills over here, and we don't even have our thermostat set below 79. In hot weather, it's not below 79. So it just cools the house down to 79. If the outside is 104, 79 feels peachy in here. And in the winter months, we don't bump it up above 70 or 71. It's mostly set at 69. So, but our house is not insulated, so that's part of the problem. Yeah. So it's like I kind of ride with Tyler on this one. It's like, especially if the guy's not a bum, just sitting there, because you'll get some men that will come in, like one of my cousins who don't talk to me no more, so I could talk her business. She always gets these bum men that come from nowhere, and they act like they're bringing something to the table when they're not, right? And then they want to tell her stuff about how she handled her own money when she worked for all her own money. Now he needs to move on. But if you have somebody who's not a bum and they're trying and they're contributing, and you like that person and he's a genuinely good person, he's not molesting your children, he's treating you respectfully, you're gonna miss out on a lot of good men by thinking that kind of way. Because women have gone to the other extreme now. When I met Joe, he was making what, $5? $5 an hour. All we could afford was a little one-bedroom house with $300 a month, enough money to pay the utilities, buy food, and go to a 99 cents movie. 99 cents each. We couldn't even afford popcorn. That's where I learned not to eat in the movies. Didn't get no soda. We go drink water from the fountain. No popcorn, no nothing. They didn't have nachos and stuff. They didn't sell all the type of food that they're selling now back in them days, right? And we would see a double header. The movies would be like a month old, but we'd see a double header down there in LA. And that was what we did. And we had joy. We didn't have no stress. We didn't own no credit card, no nothing. We had a hoopty for the car, and that's all Joe had. But I still saw him as the prime husband candidate, like he was and still is. I told you guys I've been sick for 2 days with intestinal issues, and Joe's right there by my side, getting me coconut water, getting me everything that I need to make me feel better. How can I lose? You know? So we went, so we covered everything, right? We talked about Drew, Tyler Perry, Bill Maher. Bill Maher, like, I don't like him no more. Um, we went to the Hispanic Heritage Festival yesterday in Fontana. It was quite lovely. It was a nice, cool evening. It started at 5 and it went till 9. Parking was easy to get to because people just come and go. There was a lot of nice, friendly vendors out there. Don't you hate when you go to a function like that and the vendors got their face in a fuss? They had food vendors, they had arts and craft vendors, and it was a really, really great occasion. And I think I'm going to start going to some of these things in Fontana. Maybe we could do a meet and greet at one of these things if you guys don't mind driving to Fontana. Okay. I found out that the city gives you the tent and the table and the tablecloth. All you got to do is show up with your products and sell and greet the people. And if I go over there and I don't even sell one book, I'm going to give away my business cards. Here, take a card. Go follow my show. Shit, Fontana has over 200,000 people here. And a lot go to these things. A good 500 to 1,000 show up at these things from time to time. You know what I mean? So that's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to start doing. Plus, I wish I could sell some of my books, but we'll see. So, let me see. Ooh, look at that. Oh, that looks good. My friend cooked from my inauthentic recipe. You know, my inauthentic recipe. Let me ask her. You use my inauthentic recipe? Question mark. My friend, my I don't know why she's my friend. Oh, 444. I saw triple numbers again. I don't know why Lisa's my friend because I'm awful. Lisa is trying to live for the Lord, right? And I'm over here just trifling as all get out and cussing bad words in her presence. She don't care. She loved me for who I am. Yes, she even did check she out. Girl, girl. I'm live right now and I'm having a discussion with what you're texting me. Period. She even made my dumplings. Girl, with my inauthentic recipes, that trifling, hating asshole. See why I don't mess around with Facebook? Although I've been posting my videos at Facebook, the ones that I put here on YouTube, and I've got a really great batch of people that's following me now at Facebook. They're amazing. They're amazing. I don't get these trifling ass people that come and cuss me for everything. Your fingers look too bony. Your fingers are too fat. Why did you keep your wedding ring on when you were kneading dough? Now all the dough is gonna be in the ring. Well, so what? I'll wash it. And why do you put on nail polish when the people are eating and bombing fluid? And why this? And why do you wear a medical alert bracelet? You must be a diabetic. Oh my God, that's what I get at Facebook. And I stopped putting up videos there for like years because I couldn't take them, people. Then I started to do the reels. Why? Because Facebook was paying out for reels. And so then I started to post my videos there again. And they are getting a lot of views. And the people that's coming through are a new wave of people, and they're amazing. One guy even came and told me that I had to come back and thank you because you talk so honestly about your intestinal issues that you are the one that said you're using Beano, when you're going to eat anything that gives gas. And I've been doing that and it's been helping so much and I can eat again. That made me cry because that's why I started to watch mukbangers. I started to watch Nico Avocado in the beginning because when he would sit down and enjoy the food, he would enjoy it for me because I couldn't eat. I couldn't eat for 3 years when I had the gallbladder issue. And that's why you'll see me like lose a lot of weight and then gain a lot of weight because when I gain weight, I can eat again, right? And so that really blessed my heart because sometimes I really do feel like I share too much freely. But when it comes to health issues, I'm glad to share. You know? She's laughing. Oh my God. So, do you guys have a topic that you want to talk about? And if they're not still here, whenever I go to Chat GPT for anything for them to write, they write weird. Chat GPT writes like a robot. So I'm like, okay, that's just an idea. I'm going to go write my own thing. You know? I'm gonna have to get rid of this shirt. If I wash it one more time, it's gonna fall apart. It is so thin right now. but it's so comfy. So Killa Killa, are you still in the room? Killa Killa always comes in and say hello. See the people I like? I love people who have an excitement about them. Killa Killa, Dunat, Choice, Ace. These are people I like. Okay, guys, we're waiting to see if you guys have a topic you want me to discuss. We've already discussed that whole bag. Lauren Boebert with her family values, bullcrap. Whenever I hear people talk about family values, I roll my eyes. Somebody told me one time that I was conservative, and that was a great insult to me because I don't believe I'm conservative. I believe I'm very liberal. I'm not far left. I'm more in the center. But they told me that I was conservative because I've been married to one man for almost 37 years and I've been with only the one man. I don't think that's nothing to be embarrassed about. And if other people are with other people, so what? They don't need to be ashamed either. But I took issue with that. I'm like, conservative? What? Conservative? I believe people should live their best life. Hi, Ascari, my darling. I hope that you are not sitting there watching the TV and being troubled over everything that you see going on, because none of that stuff is going to come to pass. You hear me? Ascari is my friend. Do you guys like this background? I think I can change it up and do this sometimes. I have to tape a couple of Amazon reviews. Oh, crap. Oh, I just remember something I have to put in another video that I have to edit. I did a video. Oh my God. Let me tell you what I made yesterday. So I did a Alfredo. Yeah, that stuff's not gonna come to pass. It wasn't fettuccine is the noodles, right? Fettuccine and Alfredo is the sauce. I get that stuff mixed up. So I didn't do fettuccine. I did some of the random noodles. That whatever noodles we have on hand is what we use for whatever the sauces we're gonna make. All right. Nobody's gonna come and make rules on me and say, if you're making meat sauce, it has to be spaghetti. And it can't be thin spaghetti. You can't put linguine with that. Are you crazy? You can't put fettuccine with that. You can't put mostaccioli with that. Nobody's going to tell me what to put in my own dish. That's why I cook my own food. When you go to the restaurant now, you got to eat what they say, right? So, anyways, I have not eaten Alfredo sauce in years because it's made with heavy cream, and I cannot. I cannot handle heavy cream. So I decided I'm going to try it with coconut milk. And I used the regular canned coconut milk. Next time, Joe said he gonna make the coconut milk from scratch for me, from grating the coconut, make the milk. And I thought I would have to put cornstarch to thicken it up, but it didn't need it. I put Dutch cheese. I put half a cup of grated Dutch cheese, Dutch or Edam cheese, and I put half a cup of Parmesan. And if I had put only Dutch cheese, it wouldn't have tasted as good as mixing it with the Parmesan. And honestly, if you don't have the Dutch cheese, it's going to taste amazing with just the Parmesan. But don't put just Dutch cheese. It really changes the taste drastically, okay? So I put half and half the cheese, and I can eat those dry cheese even with the lactose intolerance because the drier cheeses are no problem. Okay, so coconut milk, the cheeses, butter, onion. I didn't put the actual garlic. I put garlic powder in mine. I think that was it. If there's something else in there, you'll see it in the video. I mean, salt and stuff to taste, and white pepper because you want to leave the thing white. And I put some mushrooms. Yeah, I put some mushrooms. That thing came out so good. So I made a little bit of pasta to go with it. And I cooked the chicken separately, just one chicken breast, diced it up, just put salt, pepper, and paprika. Not paprika. I didn't put ricotta. What did I put on that thing? Cayenne. I knew it was something red. Salt, black pepper, and cayenne. Just cooked it up in a little bit of oil. Just make it cook. And then I gave Joshua half for his what do you call the thing, Alfredo, because I made his. I made his with heavy cream and cream cheese, all that. I'm gonna put the two in the one video. And I put the pasta and I put the chicken. And I made some baguettes earlier that day. And I cut off like a piece at the end of the baguette. I'm drooling just thinking about this thing. Hi, Jenny. Hi, Jazzy, darling. Hi, Jazzy. So fettuccine is the noodles, right? And I took out the flesh of the bread. I need a recipe on what to do with the flesh of the bread when we make videos like this. I was going to look up a recipe. Joshua says sprinkle some olive oil on it, toast it, and have like croutons or something. I don't know that would have come out good. I just gave it to the dogs in their dinner yesterday. So I took out the flesh, a little piece of the end of the baguette. So it has the end part, the end cap. And I stuffed the pasta with the chicken. Oh my God. When I tell you that thing was so darn good. My God, I had my own little wrap thingy, whatever the hell that was. It was amazing, like what Jada used to say. And I looked up the recipe to do that with spaghetti and meat sauce, not meatballs, but meat sauce. And nobody was looking for that. 10 people were looking for that. So I looked up Alfredo. Everybody and their mama was looking for that. So I'm like, I'm doing that one. So that's the difference now with me making videos, doing research first. Okay. Everybody coming in. Yes. Bread pudding. Now, remember at that time I made bread pudding with coconut milk? And I think I did lactose free condensed milk, or maybe I condensed down the coconut milk. That bread pudding was good only the first day. The next day was trifling trash. Okay. I'm gonna start doing that too. When I do a recipe, I'm gonna come back days later and tell you guys how it held up in days. Because remember I did Giles what you call the thing, mandazi, and our fried jack holds up good the second day, and then you can heat it up in the air fryer. But the third day it's kind of stiff and hard. Her mandazis held up a good 5 days. I don't know if it would have held up longer than that because it was done in the 5 days, but it held up. You didn't even need to reheat it. I ate it cold. Oh my God, you're never gonna eat Olive Garden fettuccine Alfredo ever again. Never again in life. That stuff is loaded with MSG. And you know the next, what's the next restaurant that's next door to them? The one that give you cheese? You said Olive Garden. Okay, so Olive Garden and Red Lobster are owned by the same people, and they use the same sauce in their thingy. Okay, we asked before. And so when you make your own fettuccine sauce, you can have as much as you want, make as much as you want, make as little as you want. Because I did, I think, 2 cups of heavy cream for Joshua's with half of a cream cheese and the Parmesan. And I put real garlic in it. I mean, garlic powder is real garlic too, but you know what I mean, the fresh garlic and onion. And Joshua just ate the hell. I didn't put mushroom in his because I didn't think he liked mushroom. So today he went and cooked the mushroom separately and added it back to his leftover sauce. I'm like, I wish I knew that. I would have put the mushrooms in there. Yes. It was so good. And I'm eating very little right now because of my stomach issues. So I just ate a little piece and I have enough left for like 2 more days because I'm eating that little, you know? Like when I go to stuff like what YouTube has, I'm not vegan, but I don't skin up my nose at vegan food. I just don't want to have a vegan channel because I don't know enough about vegan food to start making vegan food. And people are going to start effing with me if I do it wrong, and I'm going to cuss everybody out and lose my whole channel. So, but I'll eat vegan food when I go to different places, right? But when you go to YouTube, I definitely tell them that I'm vegan. I lie. I lie at YouTube and I tell them I'm vegan. Why? Because everything that they order comes with cheese. Cheese is in everything, over everything, on top of everything. I'm like, God, why? I love cheese, don't get me wrong, but cheese doesn't love me. And so when I tell them I'm vegan, they give me the fake cheese, the fake this, the fake that, and then I come away from there feeling healthy and I didn't get sick. I just noticed that the other day. Joe says, why do you put your vegan? I go, because I don't want the cheese. Everything they have has cheese. I'm going to get sick. A stuffed fried jack? What do you mean, like stuff it before I fry it? Jenny, what does that mean? Stuff it before I fry it? Like an empanada type thingy? I've never tried that. What would I put inside? Cheese? I don't think egg would hold up good in that if I'm frying egg. If I already cooked the egg and put the egg inside of that, I don't think it would hold up good. But tell me what to put inside of it. We're gamed. And of course, I'm going to look it up first to see if anybody's looking for that. Girl, I don't make nothing nobody ain't looking for. If you notice, my videos are getting a few views, right? The man said the reason why my videos are not getting views is because nobody checking for no damn Belizean food. That's what the mentor said. He didn't say it like that now. I'm loosely quoting him. Ain't nobody checking for no damn Belize food, girl. But if I'm making I say empanada, people checking for Mexican food. See the one with Jael has 835 views? I really love that lady's channel. You know that lady already? Beans and meat and cheese. Yes. Yes, we are onto something right there. We're gonna try that. Remind me who said it. Jenny. Jenny said it. Okay, we're gonna try that. The lady video went viral. The lady channel went viral. The lady have over 16,000 subscribers in the course of like 8, 9 days. Praise God. Praise God. She had, I don't remember what she had, but when I found her, she had 8,880 something. So I don't know how long, because it looks like she gained a lot to get to that 8,000. She gained 2, 3,000 before the channel came in my feed. But since I found her, she went from 8,800 and something to 16,000, right? So somebody already come and complain and said that, oh, the video quality is not good, and oh, the audio quality is not good. Some of her older videos, the audio quality is lower because I think she's maybe using a phone and it's all the way there when she's talking and recording. But you put in your headphones and you'll hear her fine. Why bitch and complain? People are trying. You know, there are people out there that want to play the guitar so badly, and the guitar maybe has one string, and all they need is a set of strings. Give them the set of strings. If you're going to come and bitch that this lady video quality and her audio quality is not good, send her a camera and a microphone. I wish I could send her a camera. That just leapt in my heart, that I wanted to have $500 or $600 to buy her a Sony ZV-1 and just mail it to her and say, here's a camera. I really like this lady. She's so sweet and respectful and humble and everything else. And people are just complaining already. Why? Because she went viral. People are haters before they can just show appreciation. I don't never tell people what their problem is until I'm ready to help them fix the problem. Why tell you your teeth is ugly and nasty and not give you some money to go fix it? You know what I mean? So I just wrote on her page and I said, look, Jaya, don't let these people tell you nothing. You're doing great. Because the most recent videos are awesome. I love when she starts the videos and she doesn't say a word, and it's just a curtain blowing in the wind inside the house, or it's the chickens. She's feeding the chickens and they're fighting for the food. The other day, one of her cows had baby. See, Joe wants that kind of farm life. I don't want that kind of farm life, but I can certainly look at it and enjoy it from a distance. She's putting in the hard work on the farm. I'm not. I'm enjoying her filming and filming from different angles too. She had to get up and move if it's a camera or a phone, move it there, move it there, move it there. She got them. When you see them things move, when I'm doing my video and you see that one spell I'm kneading the bread and the camera is here and then it's here and then it's here, I'm the one moving it. You should see the camera full up of flour. I got to go clean off the lens thing, right? Not just the glass, but the whole thing that comes out. I use my oldest camera in the kitchen because grease pop up on the lens and it can't come off. I'm not going to use my Sony ZV-1s, this one that I go live with and the other one that I take out in the street. I'm not using those for my cooking channel. Are you crazy? No. So I'm like, leave this poor lady alone unless you're ready to be a blessing. That's what I'm saying. She said she wanted to make some of my my food from my stuff. I'd love to send her one of my cookbooks. She don't even have to show it on camera. If I send her a cookbook, it's not because I want promotion. You don't even have to show it to your viewers if you don't want it. It's for you, a gift for you. Because she says she loves cooking. I'd like to send her some of the Belizean spice that we go down to the store and buy and mail it off to her. But I don't have any shipping address for her. But she did say, if you have some good pumpkin seeds that grows big pumpkins, please send her some. I would go to Home Depot and buy a package, but I guess that's just me. Hi, Wellness. How you doing? Did you just come in? Yeah, buy her a camera. Buy her a camera. I don't like people like that. There's another girl that I watch, and nothing about the quality of her videos or anything like that, but she never looks at the camera lens. I think they use the phone, and she's always looking at herself, not the lens. And so she's looking away from us, and that shit annoys me to the point that I can't watch anymore. But I'm not going to write nothing negative in her chat. I'm not going to write and say, can you please look at the lens? You think she's been doing this and have 300,000 followers making 40 grand a month in YouTube, and I'm going to go fix her problem now? Why? Obviously that works for her. People are still following, they're still watching, and she's still getting views and making money. Who am I to go in there and tell her, look at the lens? I wish that she would, but I ain't saying nothing. Nothing. No, I don't like yucca. I don't like taro. I don't like yucca. I barely like sweet potato. And me and Jade are always talking about poisoning people with yucca. I think yucca has cyanide in it, right? It has cyanide. Did cousin Jay come in? Miss Lucky, did you see if cousin Jay came in? Cousin Jay was telling me that my remember I told you guys in the ancestry video that my great grandfather was married to Adriana and they had 5 kids. Then she died and he got married to Amy Bell and had, well, we know now it's 5 kids. And I'm saying that those aunties and uncles right there, they're my grandaunt and granduncle, that they're also my cousins. And she said no. She said it can't be my cousins. But ancestry DNA say yes. Let me show you. I'll take a picture. Ancestry. See, this is one of them. That's my granduncle. And it says first cousin twice removed. And that's one of them. That's my granduncle, my grandmother's half brother. But because their cousin got married to my grandmother, they became some kind of half something. That's what Ancestry DNA said. And oh, the genie, I call him the genie, the genealogist. I was like, Sarita, what story? Sarita, you're not in this live? Sarita's behind. Are you in this live? Yeah. So the genie is gonna, the genealogist, the white boy, he's gonna react to my video. He said he put it on his list of videos to react to. He reacted to 2 of my other videos already. And when cousin Jay finds out stuff about my family and we make a video on it, he goes in and he tears it apart to let you know where the connection came from. How come you related to that person and not related to that person and so on. And I like how both of them combined makes it clear for me, you know? You're just resting wellness. That's what you should do on a blessed Sunday. Egg ball or chicken ball. Okay, I'm gonna have to. Is that with yucca, Miss Lucky? Joe would eat it. Oh, thank you, Miss Lucky. Yes, if you guys want to send gifts, I'll do an unboxing and give you all the credit. Like I did that unboxing with Adafi's gift, and I have to put it in that next video with the pasta. I don't know when you're gonna see that video. Probably Tuesday, because I'm gonna go to YouTube and we're gonna leave here early. It doesn't start till 1:30, I think, but parking is gonna be an issue. So we're gonna have to. I mean, we're a good 2 hours away from there with traffic. You know what I mean? So I'm probably gonna leave here at 11 and go there and try to find parking early. If not, we're gonna have to park somewhere else and walk, and then go into the event. Yeah, I'm telling you, once I start making good money, I'm gonna start sending gifts to other YouTubers, other content creators, especially if I see them grinding hard, putting out that content and have very limited resources. I know when I started, I had limited resources. And even though I have a lot now, I have these 2 lights, blessed Portia Higginbotham. Never forgot that that lady came off at $300 to give me these 2 lights. Praise, every time I turn them on, I think about her and I say a quick prayer over Portia. I have cameras. This camera back here, that's from my dad because I helped him shut his house down and he sold it and moved home. And he gave me some money. Well, he gave all of us some money. And I used his money and I bought that camera back there. This camera right here, I bought myself. This is the one that I had repaired for $400. Bought the camera for, I think, 700 and had it repaired. No, I bought it for 800. Back when it was brand new. When it first came out on the market, they're all brand new. But when it first came out, and it went out on me, the part where you put the memory, the pins got hooked up in there and effed up the camera. The guy charged me $400 to fix, and he had said it wasn't going to be that high, and then he effed me up, man. So I was going to sell that camera for $500. Joe says, keep it. You already invest so much money in it. Keep it. And then the next camera that's just like this, that's the one that I take around with me when I go to big events. And then the other one is what I use for the put right in the pot, and put it in the drawer and put it in the oven, put it in the fridge. That's what I use that camera for. And so I can't part with none of my cameras, but I count myself very blessed to have all these cameras, and I've gotten them over time. And all my other cameras, when I'm done with them, they're not wrecked or anything, and I send them to people. But it's the people who I send them to ask me for it. If you're gonna get rid of the camera, please give me. It's not that I'm giving them an old camera like that, right? Thank you, Portia, for these lights, man. Portia comes in every now and again. I know she's been going through a lot of losses in her family, you know? So yeah, I'm always thinking, I never think about making money because I'm gonna go get me a bigger house and a bigger car and a yada yada. I'm always thinking of who I could be a blessing to just as a surprise. Just slip some money in your Cash App, girl. I slip some money in your Zelle, and just my mom used to do that. She's the pro at slipping money. Slipping money. Look, after my mom died, I couldn't even help them kids in Belize no more. You know what I mean? We could go back to start doing things like that. It's coming though. It's coming. I see a change behind the scenes with my videos where they're getting. If I put up a video and they get 300 more views, that's a change. That's a change. So, um, I just wanted to come on. I didn't even think I'd be able to come on today because of how sick I was for the past couple of days. But I'm better now. The medicine that Joe gave me took a toll on my body, but I'm better now. Ooh, child. I forget where I got this fan from, but it's come in handy in here. Sometimes I'm in one of these YouTube meetings and I'm just fanning away. And we have a fan on up there, but it's hot. Yeah. So we've been here an hour. So what we're gonna do, I'm not gonna do a live at that other channel today, but everybody in here went to that other channel, right? So we're gonna start doing these type of live events over there. So we could talk as trifling as we want to talk. We want to keep the cooking page kind of clean because that's the page that I promote more. And if I get invited to go on somebody's show, I don't want them to find trash videos, right? So we're going to try to keep the cooking page kind of clean and do the trifling stuff at the other page. And I'm going to talk with my close friends, my inner circle, my mods about what we should do about the videos that we're doing. Should we leave them over at Babs Bear Talk? They're not monetized, but I'm still finding my footing with them. Or should we move them over to Bear Pantry Talk? Which would mean I wouldn't be able to move those three because YouTube doesn't allow you to put up the same content at both pages. I always get a thing about that. And so we just have to start with the new over on that page. I don't know. You guys think about it, okay, mods? Okay. Let's go ahead and wrap this one up. We don't want to belabor the live events. I'm going to go lay down and take another little bit of rest. What time is it right now? Oh, crap. It's time to feed the dogs. It seems like every time I turn around, it's time to feed these dogs. Put my flour. You don't got me a rose. You know I'm going to pot puree this one. You guys. You guys. Hey, let me ask a question really quick. You guys want me to run that video? The one that's over at Babs Beer Talk, the one that I just put up? It's 4 minutes and 30 seconds, I think. 4 minutes, 26 seconds long. Yeah, she got me a rose. Miss Lucky, I found it very strange that you had that dream about my mom and me. And I was doing that video for 3 days. Like I was going blind doing that video, trying to find all that footage. And man, that stuff hurts your head to look up these ancestors. And she must have been right there. My mom must have been right there going, I'm with that boy right now. I'm with Ernest Theodore. He's real. He did exist. Oh my God, I'm with your grandma. I'm here with Aunt Grace. You don't see me? How come you can't see me? I feel like that's my mom in the other realm. I feel like that's my mom all day long. Why don't you see me? Don't you see when I let you look at the clock right at 222 or 444? That's me. You guys want me to play that video? I think I might be able to play it. Hold on. Let me go look it up first. Man, it starts right away. Hey, Mirna, ¿qué pasó? Mirna, did you miss the beginning of this? When I showed that another Belizean was talking trash about me. That's what they do. That's why I don't go to other Belize people page. Because when I go to other Belize people page, I see Belizeans talking trash about me on their page, and the content creator don't stop them. I don't allow that. If you come in here to talk trash about another Belizean, even if I don't like the person, I'm gonna stop you. Only because I'm Belizean. Yeah, I'm gonna leave this one up, even if but for a little while. Let me go to present, guys. Present, share screen, share the screen. I want to share this story time. Can you see this? Can you all see this? All right, so I'm gonna go back and start it. Okay? Was my friend Stephen wrong for refusing to buy his wife flowers after what happened to him at the flower shop? My friend Stephen didn't really want to stop at the flower shop on that fateful Mother's Day in 1983. He had had a hard day at work. There were a couple of deadlines he missed. He had to write a very complicated report that was due before 5 p.m. that evening, and he was hungry to the point of being hangry. He loved his wife Deirdre very much, and honestly, she didn't really put any undue pressure on him to do anything extra to prove his love. She was content being a stay at home mom and grateful for her husband's contribution to the home. At the very last minute, Stephen remembered that it was Mother's Day, so he decided to stop at a flower shop on his way home to pick up a bouquet for his darling wife. He entered the store, which was packed with customers. After waiting in line for 30 minutes, he carefully chose specific flowers to make a custom bouquet. Yes, the flower shop had pre prepared bouquets of vibrant roses of varied colors, but Stephen wanted to show Deirdre how much she meant to him. They had two children. The eldest was 3 years old at the time, and the second child was barely 6 months old. He wanted her to know that she was doing an excellent job of raising the kids. He carefully had the florist put together roses, carnations, daisies, lilies, and Deirdre's favorite, tulips. He paid the store clerk and was putting away his receipt when he heard someone yell, "Everybody on the floor right now, hand over all your money, jewelry, purses, and your wallets." He heard the pow pow cock, so he immediately laid on the ground. He had time to put his wedding ring in his sock and lay down on his stomach with his wallet in his left hand and the bouquet in his right hand. He could hear his heart pounding in his ears as he tried to slow down his breathing. The faces of his wife Deirdre and their two daughters flashed before his eyes. The robber snatched the antique watch that his father gave him from his left arm along with his wallet, but he left the bouquet of flowers alone. After what seemed like a few hours, the crook yelled, "No one move for 5 minutes." The bell on the door jingled, and he was gone as quickly as he came. The storekeeper dialed the police from the landline and told the customers to stay put. Stephen was shaking from the fright of being robbed, but he wasn't about to stick around for the police. He was living in America without his papers. He didn't have a green card, so he definitely didn't want an encounter with the authorities. He hopped up from the floor and walked quickly towards his car. He fumbled with his keys, but was able to get in his car, started up, and quickly drove off. He didn't remember how he got home, but remembered pulling into the driveway. As he stumbled from the car, Deirdre rushed to help him. "Where have you been all this time?" she asked hastily. "I was worried about you. I called the job, and the supervisor from the night shift said that you left at 5:30." All types of horrible thoughts crossed Deirdre's mind as she waited 2.5 hours for Stephen to come home. He put his left arm around her petite shoulders and handed her the bouquet. She noticed the white circle on the ring finger of his left hand and the band of white around his wrist. She looked at him suspiciously and asked, "Where are your watch and wedding ring?" Stephen said hastily, "I was robbed at the flower shop while picking up this bouquet for you. The robber took my watch and my wallet, but I hid the wedding ring in my sock." He bent down and took the wedding ring that he tucked securely into his sock and placed it on his ring finger. As Deirdre hugged him and planted a kiss on his forehead, Stephen said, "You better pot puree these flowers." He didn't know the word was really potpourri, so when he told me the story, I laughed so hard. I wasn't laughing at the fact that he got robbed or even at the fact that he didn't know how to pronounce the word. I was laughing at the fact that Deirdre would have to figure out how to make the bouquet last. Stephen was serious and never bought Deirdre another bouquet until years later when he could buy it online and had it delivered. To this day, he avoids flower shops. What happened with the police? Nothing, because there were no cameras back then, so no one knew that Stephen was a victim. Thankfully, he was able to get his driver's license replaced, and he didn't need to replace his social security card because everyone who lives in this country under the radar knows not to keep their social security card in their wallet or purse. All right. So that one was short, but Joshua is saying that if I'm going to have them 4 minutes and something seconds, that maybe I have to put two stories together. I could only eke out one story this week because I was busy doing that ancestry video, and that took up 3 entire days of my life. Then I needed to rest like half a day, and then I wrote that story late yesterday evening, and I waited for the house to go quiet at night, and then I read it because I have to read it when the house is dead quiet because I don't have music playing in the background. And then I did that thing where I did the cake, and I have other videos that I've recorded, like me doing the dishes, and just the act of just doing the dishes and ironing and just all types of stuff. I think I have another one with food. And so Jada was the one that told me to do a different activity while I'm reading the story because the viewer can get two experiences. One, the listening of the story, and two, the visual stimulation of watching whatever the hell I'm doing, which was making that cake, that moist ass chocolate cake, right? And then I still have the footage from the chocolate cake, but I don't have sound because you see Joel several times in the video, he was having a whole conversation with me while I was doing it. And I told him, well, you could talk because I'm just going to lower the volume of this so I can read my story. But now I realized I needed the sound if I'm going to repurpose that video and put it at the cooking page and talk about how to make that cake. Because I have that cake here several times at my page, but that cake is the big one. This is the tiny one. So I'm like, crap, I don't have sound. Can I still do that? Do a voiceover and make that into like a 4 minute tutorial for the cake thingy? I don't know. That as a content creator, you think about that a lot. How can I repurpose this video into another video for one of my other channels or the same channel? Hi, Janet, darling, how are you? No, Miss Lucky has powers. Miss Lucky has powers. My mom came to her in that dream. That was probably a visitation. Miss Lucky, my friend Lisa, who's the prophetess, she told me that we have to decipher between what is a dream and what is a visitation. And how you can know the difference is that when you wake up from a dream, it's very fleeting. You kind of remember it, but not like, what was I dreaming again? Why did it go away? That's a dream. But when it stays with you and it has an impact to the point that you had to text me and tell me that you had a dream about me and my mom, that's a visitation. My mom visited you because she's like, I can't get through to this girl. Her brain is tied up with other things, and I'm trying to get through to her to let her know that I see her talking about my peoples. She did. That's how we learned that when the flower is getting ready to die, turn it upside down and hang it so the water goes into the petals and then it'll stay, right? I pop puree everything I get. Mm-mm-mm. Wellness, I thought about that, but then I didn't want to do it because it's not about the cooking. It's about the story. But what I'm trying to do here without even like planning it out, this is just like off the cuff. If I go now and I do the correct voiceover to go with that cake, saying, let's make this chocolate, just like a tutorial. You won't even see my face on camera. It's just like, hey guys, today I'm going to teach you how to make my chocolate cake. And this is a smaller version. We're going to start off with this much flour, this much sugar. The stuff is going to be linked below. And then you add this and then you mix it up and then you bake it. And then you and I do that and I put it out. Then I can go back and link that cake video to that story. And then the people can come over from that channel to the cooking page and watch the cake video. And then I can link the story back in the cake video to that page over there. You see, I did it and I didn't even think all of that till after it was done. Hi, Roses. Mr. Zircon. What do we call you? The Roses is your last name or Roses? How are you doing? Can I ask you how you found this live? Mr. Zirkin, can I ask you how you found this live? Did you get like an alert about it in your feed from YouTube, or you were just randomly searching for a specific topic? I just, you're new to the chat, so we just wondered how the message is getting out. Myrna, why do I get the impression you're saying, thanks a lot, Barbara? Yeah, we could like link them back and forth. But then now I would have to go edit that video quickly with the voiceover and then just go ahead and put it up and then link it back to that video. Right? Because some people want to see just tutorial at the cooking page. There's a small percentage of people that would prefer that I not show my ugly face. I just get on and go, put the flour, put the yeast, roll the bread, bake it off, blah blah blah, eat it, goodbye. They'd rather me do that. Like that guy from, what's the guy with that big channel called Chef John. He has, his channel has a different name, but I always look for him on the Chef John. And he never shows his face, but we know what he looks like because he does live events. And he just does like voiceovers. And he probably has a script because he has a lot of corny jokes that he tells in his videos. And I don't see how he can come up with those corny jokes off the cuff like that. I think he has a script. And some people would prefer that, a small percentage. And so I don't mind giving that small percentage, those type of videos now and then. I don't want to do it all the time because I like being on camera because I'm a part of the brand. I don't see how divas can cook, never shows her face on camera. She has her face in her profile, never shows her face on camera. But then she goes ahead and makes a whole cookbook with her whole entire body and face on the cookbook. And I'm like, so we're supposed to know who you are? You can only put yourself on the cover of the book if you show your face. I hate these faceless channels. I watch a couple of faceless channels and I don't know what the people look like, but I watch them because I happen to like that person's personality, but I don't watch too many faceless channels. You know what I mean? So I see people do that all the time. I see people that are faceless and they start telling people that they're famous and they're popular. I'm like, how are you famous or popular? You don't show your face. That don't make no sense to me. Janet prefers to see the person, and I think a good 90% of my viewers prefer to see me or some family member on camera. I think they'd rather see Joe, to be quite honest with you. I think they'd rather see Joe. But there's a small percentage that likes the tutorial. And when I'm looking up a cooking video, honestly, I prefer to look at a tutorial. But majority of my people are here for the entertainment of it all, not just for the food. But there is a small percentage that like, and I have a lot of videos here that are tutorial type videos. You know what I mean? I think I might use the footage because I have it all lined up in the editing program. I just have to remove the voice that I have for the story and put a new voice. And I could actually put that cake video out as a tutorial and link it back to the story. And I think I have another food that I did. I don't remember what, because I just started to record stuff and just tossed it in a folder. But I know I have one where I was ironing and I had one where I was doing the dishes. And I really think the one with the dishes might be enticing because I didn't just like make a mess. I slowly rubbed the plate, slowly washed the glass, rinsed it. I did it in slow mo. Other royals? What do you mean other royals? Was that a different word? I don't know how to put it in context. That's so limiting. I watch Sussex friendly channels and some people don't want the creators to mention other royals. Like royals from Sussex or whatever. Hazel, what are you talking about? I'm kind of lost. Well, if a person shows their face sometimes and sometimes not, I think I'm okay with that for a while because you've seen their face, you know what they look like. Like Noreen's Kitchen, she comes on a lot now talking about her health issues, but when she does her cooking stuff, she doesn't show her face. And I can't stand when her husband is in the background talking and we don't ever get to see what he looks like. That kind of pisses me off, so I don't watch her too much. That's why when any of my family members talk behind the camera, I tell them, please come in front of the camera and say a quick hello because you who are faithful to me, you know what they look like, you know who they are. But the new people that are watching the video, they don't know who these people are. And it's annoying for somebody to be talking behind the camera, not come on camera and address the public, right? So that's my own little thing, though, my own little hookup. Other royal families, okay. See, Myrna says she likes to chit chat with the family. I made a roti once, JC. I wouldn't say that it was the best though. See, I'm the one that's going to be honest with you when I don't think my recipe is the bestest recipe. And if somebody gave me the recipe and they vetted it from their family and they owe grandma and stuff, I'm going to stick with that recipe until somebody teaches me different. But I don't think I think it's at the page. You can look for it. I don't think it's the best one, but we try. And if you have a recipe you'd like to share with me, I'd gladly try it and make it right. See, when that what's that woman, Maritza, whatever the hell her name is, came on that Facebook and had put said it with her whole chest. She didn't know she was speaking to my sister. I'm Barbara McNabb Greenwich. My sister's Barbara McNabb. I mean Tracy McNabb Hyde. She's talking to my whole sister, and she's like, "I don't like. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan." Well, so what? You're still using my Johnny cake recipe because nobody uses sugar but me. That's where they learn it from. And nobody talks about putting it in the turn on the broiler for the last 2 minutes. My mom got that from other people that told us to do that. It's just like these restaurants in LA that's using my cake recipe, but they'll never give me credit. Nobody puts pineapple extract in Belizean milk cake but us. We do things very unique because my mom was like that. My mom says vanilla extract don't go with everything. And if you mess around with American people, they're going to put vanilla extract in everything. Vanilla or almond. That's what American people like. Vanilla or almond extract. We do pineapple. We do strawberry, lemon. Put lemon in cake, lemon extract in a cake that don't call for no lemon extract. Just randomly. Why? Because we're gonna be different. When it comes to stew beef and okra, I've heard, according to my ancestors and my family members, that it's my aunt Tylene that made up stew beef and okra. Not stew beef, not the okra separate, but to combine them together. I don't know if that's 100% true, but that's what different family members have told me. And they told it to me in a scolding manner. Like, you better recognize and give that credit back where that credit's due, because that's not a Belizean recipe. That's an Aunt Eileen recipe. So we try different things. Not one Belizean would have ever thunk of putting sugar in Johnny cake. They thought that was a disease. When one time I made fried jack and sprinkled some powdered sugar on top because my white family like it like that, ooh, they dragged me. They dragged me. Oh, she's not authentic. You know what? One of Joe's cousin was over the internet 12 years ago telling everybody I wasn't even born in Belize. And then when I put her whole business out here, that immigration was looking for her to deport her because she was a damn crook that embezzled money from her boss, and she got convicted and ran, like that dude that ran the other day in Philadelphia. Oh, she shut up. Who do you think told me that? Mm-hmm. So it's like every time you do a cooking video, you guys try this. You guys all have a YouTube channel. Make a cooking video and upload it and see what you're gonna get. Maybe the family that loves you are gonna come give you love, but everybody else is gonna come and find a reason why you didn't do it right. Why you must not have even washed your hand. Why this? You see, they're in here to know what you do when you're editing a whole video and you don't show everything that you do. Why do I have to show myself washing my hand every 2 seconds? And I wash my hand every 2 seconds because if I pick up my phone to answer a text or make a phone call, your phone is filthy. Who cleans their phone? Me. But it's still, I clean my phone at least once a day, but it's still filthy, right? So I touch my phone, I go wash my hand. My mom taught me, if you touch your face, if you touch your hair, go wash your hand. If you're wearing an apron, don't go to the bathroom with your apron on. I see these people work at these burger joints, and we see the man crossing the street with his whole apron on. And I told you, what use is that apron now? He's out here in public, all kind of dirt and dust blowing on top of him out here in the street, walking across the street. Why didn't you take your apron off and leave it in the restaurant when you're gone to do your break and come back? Out there smoking cigarette, apron on. Apron is of no damn use, just to protect his clothes, not gonna protect nobody else. That's why I don't like to see people deal with food with gloves on, because when people put gloves on, they don't wash their gloved hand. Think about it. If you don't have gloves on, you tend to go wash your hand, right? If you have gloves on, oh, I'm good. My hands are clean. I have gloves on. But the gloves are not just for you to keep you clean. It's for the people you're serving. People don't wash their hands with gloves. I get leer. I'm like, I'd rather them do it with their hand because I know they're gonna go wash their hands. Girl, I'm a very peculiar person. Child. Anyways, we've been here long enough. I gotta go feed these dogs. Nobody will feed these dogs until I come. The dog right here looking at me like, Grandma, please, Grandma, can I have some more? Let me see if I could turn the camera and show her. Shit. Am I gonna mess up? No, the camera can't get all the way there. She's in her house. All right, people. Oh, I could take a picture. Take my picture. She blinked. If I get up right now, she's gonna start nipping my hand, kind of like you took too damn long. Okay, guys. Wellness, I don't understand these people. And honestly, if I'm wrong, God forgive me. But I think it's mostly Belizeans. I don't think it's foreigners. I don't think it's Guyanese people. I don't think it's Jamaicans. I don't think it's Mexicans. I don't think it's Africans, Filipinos. These are the people that watch me. Indians, Native. I'm big with the Native American. Why? Because I do the fried jack and they call that Navajo bread. Somebody pulled a plate so the dog gone. Somebody trying to feed the dog. It's not them. It's my own Belizeans that are doing it. A lot of Belizean people now have channels. And some of them that are big was buying subs in the beginning. They're not buying subs now, but I don't buy subs. I'm never going to make my money off of buying subs. Don't show your face, buy subs, and then some of them stop putting videos because they don't go nowhere. Cooking videos don't go nowhere. The reason why I built this big is because I stuck with it. I'm the poster child for what do you call it? Consistency. I don't give up. I don't ever stop. I try to figure out a better way to do it, an easier way to do it. That's how I operate. A lot of Belizeans started their channel. And if they had come to me and say, hey, can we collab? I would have gladly collab. Some of them maybe don't know me. Some of them know me. It's like, whatever you do, you boo, I'm going to do me. But nobody's going to trash you in my page. But I see you allow people to trash me in your page. So that tells me what your character is like, right? It's the crop of them. It's the crop of them. I love Miss Lucky. It's the crop of them that doing it. It's the crop of them. Back in the olden days, Belizeans were highfalutin, high class people. All right? Sir Colville Young. I mean, these people were knighted by the queen. These were aristocrats. Okay? Everybody had education. Illiteracy rate 1 to 3%. Nowadays, I don't know what the hell going on in Belize. They're crabs in a barrel because I'm never like that. So many Belizeans have come to me with their product and say, can you please promote it? I'll give you the product for free. And I've told them, keep the product, unless it's something that I have to show. Keep the product. I made a whole commercial for this girl that was selling a box of goodies. A whole commercial for free. For free. And she was grateful. I have no issues with the people that I've helped. They're grateful. They still stick around. They come, they see, they reach out. It's the other one, them. And they're watching from the bushes. It's like my favorite word, they're trifling, Croffy. Why bring somebody down that's trying to do something? I don't understand that. I'm not a fan. Bitch, you didn't know you were talking to my sister. And my sister might be skinny but the kakatari. Sarita, that's a good one, right? When I said Tiger Maggie but the kakatari, that means she might be small and skinny, but she can fight. She can fight. Mm-hmm. Miss Lucky, thanks for working. I don't know where Bessie is today. Carla is tied up doing something for somebody. And Christine probably spending time with her husband and kids like she should be. Don't got time to bother with me and my foolishness. Right, Christine? No. You guys, if you have stuff to do, I totally understand and I appreciate it, all right? Okay. Thank you, Hazel. That's what we were trying to do. We don't got time for go make coconut milk from scratch, although we know how to make it and we've showed you how to make it, right? We've shown you how to make the coconut milk. Oh, I got dragged for the coconut oil, but not by Belizeans. I got dragged by Americans who think they know. This is not cold pressed, blah, 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 because you cooked it to make the coconut oil. Child, you've never been to a factory where they make coconut oil. That thing goes through some hoses that are heated up to the umpteenth degree. Hotter than my stove could cook that thing. And it goes through and it flash it, heat it, cool it, da, 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 da. Then they call it cold press. Go to a factory and see how it's made and you go shut the F up. I cuss out enough people in that video. I cuss out enough people in that video. Yeah, then a crab in a barrel. But we're gonna be like the frog that fell into the vat of what do you call the thing? Milk. That story about the frog that fell into the vat of milk. That's me. I'm that frog. Look at me. Look at my little feet, my little frog legs going, right? Right? It's going, it's going, it's going, it's going, it's going, it's going. And then I did it so fast that I churned that darn milk into butter. And I stepped out of that barrel. Watch me. Watch me. They could stay crabbing in a barrel. I'm going to be the frog in the milk in the other barrel. Because I'm persistent. I'm consistent. I don't give up. I'm good to people. I don't try to hurt people. I don't wake up today and go, oh, let's see who I'm going to hurt today. No, I'm always trying to give to people even when I don't have it to give. And I surround myself with those type of people. I've got a good couple handful of people in my inner circle that are just like that. Praise God for you guys. So when I make it, everybody gonna make it. We're gonna be MC Hammer, except we're gonna keep the money. We're not gonna lose our money, okay? Guys, let me go feed these dogs. I love y'all. Au revoir. Have a great one, okay? Stay safe. And I'll see you guys on Tuesday when I come back from the YouTubes. Bye.